Hey everyone, here is lesson 5.20 for codename Verity. This is our walkthrough for this lesson. So in this section, you read pages 198 to 206. So here's your quick summary. Verity tells us she's been allowed to spend the last 3 days looking over all of her confessions and making edits to it. She compares Von Linden to a really strict school teacher here, um, in that he makes her like really check over her work and pay attention to it. She realizes as she's going through that she hasn't actually written her own name on it. So finally, she decides to write down her actual name, which is really long. But her name is actually Julia Buford Stewart. So now we know what that JBS stands for. So if you go back and you look at the top of some of the pages, it has or Maggie, which is the location in France. It has the date, and then it has JBS. So that JBS is actually her initials. Um, in this part, Verity takes a quick moment to think about the execution of Edith Cavell and the last words of Admiral Nelson, which are "Kiss me hearty." So now we know why Verity said that to Maddie in the last chapter, because she thought that those were going to be her last words ever spoken to her. Um, in the last part of this section, Von Linden gets an order from his superiors or his bosses telling him to send Verity to a concentration camp for her execution because they think that Von Linden is being way too easy on her. So, in our essential questions today, we need to figure out who is Verity. So, in order to answer this, we got to figure out two different things. First, who is she? What's her actual name? And second, what do her final moments reveal about her? So, just like in the last lesson, this one, I set up a chart with some quotes to help you guys through it. So, what I want you to do is look at the quotes and think about what do these final moments reveal about Verity. So, think about how her actions show her character traits. So, for example, in this first one, one thing I've noticed about, one thing I've noticed about my writing is that I haven't put my name on it. I am Julie. I shorten that section a lot because she kind of rambles on about her name. Um, Her actions here, one, she didn't actually write her name down, which tells me that, like, through and through, she is definitely a spy. She pays really careful attention to the information that she's giving us. Second, she refers to herself as Julie. Okay, not Julia, not the really long fancy name that she has, not Queenie, not Verity. She reveals herself as Julie. Okay, so this tells us that there's something personal there. She tells us that this is what Maddie actually calls her, Julie. So people who call her Julie are the people who are really closest to her. What I want you to do is look at the next two quotes down here, and I want you to do the same thing. Think about her actions and what those show us about her character traits. Okay? And that's how we're going to start answering this essential question today. So, going back to the EQ, who is Verity? The first part is really simple. Verity's actual name is, go back to the summary here, Julia or Julie. Okay? Her final words in this confession reveal that she is blank. Those blanks are going to come from this part of your chart right here. What are her character traits? What actions show you that? Okay, a couple of quick reminders. You can write your paragraph on paper or complete it in Google Classroom. If you do it in Google Classroom and you have questions, leave comments along the side so that myself or Miss Manley can help you out. Email us, text us, whatever you need to make sure that you're answering these questions. Um, Use the quotes that I've pulled out for you. Those are going to be really helpful. And then just really focus on your analysis on how does that show us who Verity actually is. All right. The next lesson is a little bit different. It's set up a little bit differently. So just be on the lookout for that lesson walkthrough coming up soon. Thanks.